Hello everybody, my name is Lord UK. Welcome to the demo for Islantiles. I just did the tutorial and I'm very excited about what this game has to offer. Imagine Civilization 5 meets Balatro meets Dorfromantik, and you kind of get to where we're going. Balanced deck starts with a Crown difficulty Wanderer. Let's do it and I will explain to you what is going on as we get in here. So, here is our island. We start with a crown. As a leader of the Crownlands, you start with a crown. It grants you 2 following at the end of each season. Well, that's lovely. Temples are now available. Left-clicking here to find it on the island. They upgrade your building cards. You can also find other treasures besides temples. Okay, so this is our island. We can pan and zoom and look around all the different biomes. And if we look at the UI down here, we have 2,000 down here. That is the goal that we are trying to raise by building buildings and getting resources from the land. By doing that, we have just here, we have chests or goods, and we have productivity, which is the heads. And so there's 4 seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Our score is calculated for each, and we need to get to 2,000 points by the end of the year. So if we take a card such as the mill here, it costs 2 hammers to build the mill. We have 5 hammers available for our day. We can see our current 5 hammers just over the scoring requirement there. And we can see that we get 15 from wheat, 10 from rivers, or 40 from that other building below it. And it has a radius of 2 hexes from where we build it. So if we get from around this cloud here, is there a place with lots of wheat? There is. Just here, we can get 125 resources if we play right there, so I think I will. So that harvests the tiles around it, and we then get 125 productivity. And then we can do that until we run out of hammers for the day. So how about a gold mine over here? It's only cost 1 hammer, and we get 85 out of that. Then we could do a butcher. There's a couple of meat around here, but not tons. This is the temple. Place a building here to upgrade the building. Interesting. I thought it was hiding in the UI down here, but no, that is the temple. I didn't have a temple in the tutorial. That is unlocked for completing the tutorial. But I think we'll worry about that later. How about a shell collector? Collecting shells and gems somewhere like this, 55, 50, 50, 60 right there on the coast. Sounds good. And we still have 1 hammer left. There's some iron there, or we could just go with a woodcutter. That'll probably do all right. 65 there. So, we are out of hammers. The day will automatically end. We have 335 goods and 3 productivity thanks to our crown giving us +2 at the end of the season. We scored 1,005, leaving us with a deficit of 995 to make up before the end of the year, and we move into summer. So our buildings are still here, so our mill is still milling over here. There will be cards where we can have bonuses if those buildings are already in place. So if we have a fisher in play and then we play the shipyard, we get 40 from the fisher. So things to think about. We should definitely try and use the temple, I think, before the end of the year. Also, we get +100 just for playing on it, so that seems very strong. Let's put a sawmill on it. Forgotten Temple. Choose one of 3 blessings. Blessings are card upgrades that are permanent for this playthrough. Well prepared, on play +1 card, wood +15 resources for our wood, or grain +15 for grain. Let's make wood better. And apparently we can do that multiple times. And we still get some resources for that, which is lovely. So we have 3 hammers left. Let's do this fisher and shipyard combo. So we can put this there. So we gain a bunch for that, and then we get 40 for it having the fisher in range. So we get a little bit of extra gains for that. And because of our crown, we get our extra productivity. Takes us to 840. Not quite enough to end in summer, but we're definitely going to be done by the end of fall. Butcher down here is looking quite strong. We can use these oranges for a winery. That does a great deal for us. And then this guy here, the shipyard, do we get extra? No. We can't play a fisher after the shipyard to get extra gains. Fine, let's put a woodcutter over here. That should be plenty. So that takes us over the line for total gains needed. So we can see winter there, but we don't play winter. Instead, we get 1 coin per remaining season. We can get some interest and some base cash reward. And then we come to the shop. So we can add cards to our deck, or we can add these kind of trinkets, technologies. These will kind of really power the run, but you can only hold 5 of them down here. Buy this technology in the shop. Wants to discover it. Whiskey, not discovered. End of season, +2 sell value, currently 3. Well, we got 7 gold, so that could be setting us up for success down the line. Fertilizer. On play, 15 resources per empty tile in range. Resources in range grow. Interesting. Or school, that's a new one. Adds a school to the following island. When a building is placed on top, the building card is transformed. Intriguing. Or there's Fish Market 2, which is stronger than a standard fish market, but costs 3 hammers to play. We'd have to hold on to this for at least 2... Well, it's end of season, not end of year or end of round. Alright, we'll take that and hope that we can get by with what we've got for our new island. So this island is then entirely re-rolled. We get to choose an island. This is not something I got in the tutorial either. Where would you like to set sail? Safe island, balanced island, risky island. Treasures. No treasures, but lots of coins. I'll take the balanced island. And here it is. Populates with stuff. And then we draw our hand at any time. We can see our full deck or our discard pile. So what's looking good? Ore is looking good, but we can't get that. Maybe a butcher over here. There is our temple. Well, we know our sawmill is already better for wood, and there's wood around this temple, so why not go all in and get another upgrade? Mountains +10, well prepared on play +1 card. Cleansing Fire destroys the card, gives +4 money, +4 card per upgrade. I don't think I want to do that yet. Give me plus on mountains, then maybe we can make use of locations like this that are very mountain heavy in the future. Mints, gold and mountains. Smelter. Would have been nice to see our gold digging and iron digging first. Alright, let's go. Put that down there. It's not the strongest, but then we can put the butcher here and get the advantage of the meat and the hunter. So 340 times 3. Gets us to 1,000. If we could do 1,000 every season, we would probably get the win just by the math. Here are the iron mines and such that I was hoping to see. 80 seems to be the best we can do on that. Jeweler. Shell collector. Well, let's stick a shell collector. Damn, this archipelago, or this coastline, is not quite incredible for us. Right, a collector's hut, a cornfield, a fisher, or a gold mine. Gold mine there, 75. Cornfield is not doing any better. I don't suspect a collector's hut's going to do better either. So let's take that gold mine to there. And our season will end automatically. 825 leaves us with 1955 still to get. Right, we now have a mint that is definitely going to do well for us, I feel, now that we've got the gold mines on the board. That does very nicely. A mill around here is going to do a great deal as well, but we might as well get the cornfield on the board first. Before we get the mill down for 160. That puts us at 400 times 3 because of our crown. That's a solid 1,200. We just need, what, 855? 755. Into winter. Right, we can't play an iron mine on an iron mine. Smelter could do well. Oh, yeah. Great smelter there. Jeweler over there for 70. 85. Ah, the really, really good sawmill. Get the extra value for the mountains over there. One hammer left. Stick something little out. And that's definitely going to win. Right, 4 island coins. No spare seasons, no interest. Collect 4. Right, how would I go about selling this for 11 if I wanted to? I just click it and then I can sell it. Okay. Offerings, not yet discovered. End of season 1. Gains 0.07 when visiting a temple. After work party. End of season. +2 per unused hammer. That I think I want. We don't need to sell our whiskey yet. Plus 0.07 when visiting a temple seems really small. I also feel like we should take more stuff, but I've got no idea. Can I play stuff on this? It's still popping up the available things up on the island. I've got no idea if we've got a way to burn cards. Alright, I'm going to not do that because I want to have spare hammers left for my afterwork party. See where we go from there. Safe island, balanced island, risky island. Well, we need the money the least because we have our whiskey barrel that's getting the money, and this has double treasures, so cruise through here. Goal of 5,500. Got cornfield and mill. Is nice. Getting a woodcutter down will be good when we get our good wood mill later. There's the school. Place a building here to transform it into another building 1 tier higher with the same number of hammers. Upgrades are preserved and the new card is drawn immediately. What if we upgraded... I'd like to upgrade the mill, but this isn't near any mill stuff. But it says it's drawn immediately, so maybe that doesn't matter. Oh, that's our temple right there as well, next to the school. Right, stick that in for the shell collector. And give me extra value from berries. And then the dweller. Choose one of 4 building cards. Okay. In that case, we're not going to get the dweller value. There's no option to skip here, so we must take something. Give me mint 2. So we've got double mints. So gold mine's going to be of most value to us. We have 2 hammers left. Let's see. All right. 70 for that one there. And unfortunately, a lot of this iron is kind of very sporadically placed, but that one seems okay. $455 times 3 is not bad. Into summer. Right, there's our really good sawmill. I think if we just take this 340, right? And if we end right now, we get +6 malt. +7 +8 malt. 8 times 3 is 2,400 out of a single season. I think that's worth doing. So we end the season manually early, and we get 6 extra 3,060. We now just need 1,075. What do we have that looks good? It's got to be a decent place for some fishing, doesn't there? Well, actually, I'd rather do one really solid thing like that. And then 130 times 8. Would that be enough? Maybe not. Hold on. 130, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 130 times 7, 700, 800, 900. Not quite enough, I think. They're a really good place. We can get this shipyard. Oh, that was 2 hammers. 2, 4... we might be like 60 points off here. £25 points off, yeah. Alright, you got me. We're back into winter. We don't get any extra bonuses for being super early. But we can end there. No harm done. And of course, the whiskey is worth tons of money to us still. Alright. Get my stuff. So we have very little money, but if we want to, we can sell the whiskey. Cornfield 3 on a single hammer seems very strong. What's this? Buy this technology in the shop to discover it once. +2 hammers in each season, -2 hand size. That, in combination with our afterwork party, sounds incredible. On start of island, places the Great Market. Great Market +100 per building placed in range 1. Alright, we are going to sell our whiskey. That gets us to 21 gold. Buy this and this and this cornfield. Oh, these guys have bonuses on them already, which is interesting. Next island. So we don't have the whiskey anymore. We are going to get some interest, though. Are these temples that are on the island? Is that what I'm thinking those are? I'm just going to go another safe island. You're the Supreme Market, or whatever it was called. Yeah, okay. The shell collector is going to thrive right there, surely. Well, it's not the strongest thing in the world. Our hand is so much smaller, but of course, we are now getting all these extra hammers to play with. Oh, that is not... I say it's not that strong. It's still pretty strong. Because we get so much extra from mountains, and we even get some stuff from these swamps, so... 160, 210 is solid. And then we could just end now and get an extra... Like, this would be times 13. Which seems very strong. So that's a third of what we need, for sure. There's our mega cornfield. 200 right there. Oh, it was the temple, that's why. Alright, animals, cleansing fire, fishes. Oh, this is how we can thin the deck out. Okay. I was so focused on getting the money when I was playing something good, I didn't really think about thinning the deck out by Forgotten Templing something bad. Give me Wildlands. And then with that down... Get another decent chunk. Then that would be 335 times 10. I think is workable. Yeah, then just a chill 1300 left to get. That's pretty strong. If we put the fisher here first, then the shipyard there. $200 times 10 is 2,000. We're done. Sold. Alright, 4. 1 extra because we didn't play anything through winter, and 1 interest. Blue building cards +1 range. On play, extra gains 0.04 per upgrade if the card is green. Healthy diet. I wonder how early is too early to really capitalize on these, because we're on turn island 4 of 8. Is that right now, or are we going into 4 of 8? I guess we're on 4 of 8, so we've got 4 more islands to make this stronger by mostly playing green cards. Can we see the deck right now? We can. I like playing the cornfields and the mill. I also like playing the sawmill. Oh, give me this. You can sell technologies. I figured that one out. Give me the tavern and the bakery. And put another temple in the next round for me. Then I want to see if I can get rid of some of my bad stuff on a temple. No treasures. Give me another safe island, as we're still very much learning the game. There's the market. There's temple there. Is there another temple anywhere? Is it just the one? Looks like just the one. Right. So what do I want to get rid of? Honestly, the blue cards I think I could be done with. This sawmill is going to be very big, I suspect. 200 right there. Sold. We need 11,000 points, though. That is a lot. 60, 50... 60 there. And then the smelter on top of it. And then we'll end there. Possibly should have played the collector's hut just because it was green. 2,500. We're going to need to do better than that. Right, where's that temple? Shell collector to the temple. Ah, we don't get the option to burn. Interesting. Okay, we can override something if we really want to, which is also interesting. Right, we don't have grain or mills down yet. Hunter Butcher combo. Then do we stop there? $3,200, still not bad. We can get to a win with that. There's our cornfields. This tavern must surely be able to become humongous. Like a 300-point tavern. 350 point tavern. 450 point. 500 point tavern. Now you're speaking my language. Right, if I end now, that's like 500 times 10, 5,000 points, plus like a little extra on the 0.4. But then should I be playing the greens while I have days to play them to make that multiplier stronger? We do win before winter. Jeweler 3. On play, +5 per money. Currently +45. That's interesting. On play, +15 per empty tile in range. Now, we'd have to get rid of something, which I don't really want to do right now. Maybe Healthy Diet isn't there, but... because Healthy Diet doesn't really play into After Work Party very well. So, we experimented. We lost, we learned. It's fine. On play, 15 per empty tile in range. Give me the play for money. And give me 2 temples. And another safe island. 15k the goal for this one. There's our market town. Temple there. Temple there. Right, we've got Cornfield Bakery. Seems like a great time. Put the cornfield there. And then the bakery on the temple. And I think +1 range is just fantastic. Now, do I want to end early now? I'm going to play this here in hopes of burning it. Which then gives us a bunch of money, right? Is it 4 gold plus 4 more? Or is that at the end, perhaps? We'll find out, but 10 is good for our alchemy. Alright, we'll end turn there. $3,700. Right. The tavern is just unbelievably good. $550, $575. And I might just take that turn there and then. $6,000 is big. We need 4,415. That's a terrible draw. Where's that market? The big gem, wasn't it? There. End of season, +100 per building placed in range. Okay. Iron mine there. Smelter there. Nothing for those guys, though. 235 times 10 is another 2,000. The extras from alchemy, very strong. We could snowball that quite a lot, I suspect. On play, plus 0.2 for every building, temple, school, and trade route on the island. On play, plus 1 per unused temple. I guess I should be using schools to upgrade my weaker things as well, but I think I'm just going to go temple, temple, next island. And if it's the difference between 5, 6, and 7 gold, I'll stay on the safes. They haven't let me down so far. Market. We could do cornfield 3, bakery 2, in range of the market. And then end there, plus our alchemy is going to do very nicely, I think. $7,000. Not bad going. Where are our temples? There's one here. Duplicate is added to the deck. Intriguing, but not what I want. Winery over here could be decent. Yeah, the extra from the markets is very strong. End there. Alright. 4,500 left to find. Tavern in hand. Have we used both of the temples? We should use this temple for something. Oh, these are not the things I'm looking for, but hey. Right, 550. Gonna be it. End of the day. Huge gains. And we muddle through another day. Blacksmith 3. Yeah, okay. And give me a temple. So is this island 8? It is. Beat this one to beat the game, I think. Okay. A couple of big things in hand. Cornfield. 150. Followed by bakery. At 295. Look at the range on that guy. Humongous. I don't think it's worth to play this now. Obviously, it earns... Like, 620 is massive. 640. But then we won't have any hammers left, which means our multiplier is going to be really crippled. We'll play it. We'll mix it up. We won't just do the same thing every hand. That's 1,300 times 3. Yeah, it's not great, is it? That way round. $150 is the best we're getting out of this, I think. There's a temple. Another temple somewhere. thought there should be 2. Maybe I'm misremembering. You can, if you prefer, you can turn off the stuff. That actually makes it a lot easier to see where the template is. But I like having the resources on board to help me see what is occurring. Card gives 4 + 4 per upgrade. Yeah, 36 gold. Huge. With 310 earned, we could just end right now. $6,000 doesn't seem as strong. I guess, is the alchemy per thing that on everything that I play? Which might be why I'm not interpreting that as being as strong as I want it to be. I want to play a couple of things. Tavern, not nearly as strong this time. 350 there. And sawmill, 260 there. That's 1,000 times 5. Except it's times 7, excuse me. Alright, we've got to get 10,000 out of this round to win. Big round. Big round indeed. Not a lot of corn in winter. We'd be better off if we could smelt, but we can't. Well, we can play that mint there. That does well. It's the great market. Right, 630 times 2468. It says 6,000. It's not enough. It's not enough. Sawmill could have been a lot if I had maybe played it earlier. But only 200 over here. I don't think we're going to make it. Tavern at 315. Yeah, our X times Y on this now is worse. We are 4,000 points short at the end of the season. Winter has ended and your wealth was not enough. Try to follow a clear strategy with 5 synergizing technologies that work together to boost this and that. main menu, or try again. I will be trying again, but not for another day or two. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying this, let me know down in the comments, hit that like button if you want to see me play more, because I really enjoy this kind of like very chill vibe of min-maxing the numbers here for now. Thank you ever so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.